What is up, Narwhal Nation? I wasn't planning on starting the video here. I was planning on starting it where we left off. But as I turned the game on, it occurred to me, and the narrator did say they were going to supply more sliders for me, apparently. This is apparently one of the sliders. Adjust it until they're friends. Oh, the love. But should I be spiteful? Should I say they're not? Nah, they can be friends. Oh, God. Okay, so it's a 9. Ooh, technicalities. Oh, adjust the slider until I stop adjusting slider. Let's go. Max. I can't pronounce that one. But this almost looks like scrumptious, and I'm quite hungry. I'm gonna do it anyway. Max slider, get fucked. I don't know what time it is right now. No? No? Yes. Help. Yes. No. Okay, cool, it did save. Awesome, so we'll start off where I left off last time. Yeah, apparently, he wanted to add more sliders for me in the last one. And I didn't think it was going to actually happen, so I had to let you guys in on that. So we're going to begin the Stanley Parable 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company.
Skip. Oh, he has the balloons from last episode. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Guys, it's my bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I can take the bucket. Guys, let me have the bucket. Oh, the best day ever. Oh, be my Valentine. Okay, okay. You really left this office a wreck. It's kind of upsetting.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, just because you gave me a bucket, I'll listen. But I swear if I come around this corner and you blocked off my broom closet, all bets are off. I'm not following you anymore.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Not the boss's office. Alright, moment of truth. Do I have broom closet? I do! Yes!
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No,
I can
my
really
bucket.
feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
It
You
is.
can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your
How
relationship
dare
is purely
you?
superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even
Okay.
partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never.
You're not,
Go
you're
on,
not
Stanley.
wrong.
Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have
You're
shared
just
together.
a storage room
Go
for
through
dirty
each of them
things.
point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here
Oh.
we go.
Property
There.
of Stanley.
Now
Yes!
it's settled.
That made it
no
worth
more
it.
debate.
That
no
made
more
it worth it.
discussion.
That's
Coming
all I
to a
needed.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
That made it worth it. Did I trick it? Did I break the game? Hey, collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't
Doesn't
buy
mean
that
I
sort
don't
of
want
happiness,
them.
Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Did I just, like, lock myself, though? Crap, so I actually can't go anywhere other than down, then. Well, shit. What if I trick this door?
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Fuck.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Now we're going back to the beginning. I gotta pick up my bucket. I don't want to do that same ending. I was trying to see if I'd be sneaky.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket! I won't let them be mean to you this time.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Haven't done this route yet. Whoa. What? Hello? Hello? That's new. Small fleet always appeared across the office. We have synergized our resources. I was reading that! There's one in the executive bathroom. Yeah,
All
fuck
right,
you,
I've got a
closet.
second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
Gave me
boss's
another sticker
office.
for my bucket. The answer is yes. I was
Another
right.
miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Stanlerines.
Another
I agree.
Stanlerine under your
Stanlerines.
belt.
Can I flush it? I cannot flush it. So the thing changed. Hey, they got soap this time. Bitch! Stay open. Ooh, I haven't been in here yet. This is new. Oh, this is new. This is new. Bees. 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 You guys can't tell, I am feeling a little better this time around. I actually can talk more, which is great. But more importantly, I can dance. Okay, Stanley's leg day is insane. Like, look at the amount of squats he can do in a couple seconds. I feel like I'm gonna get reset the second it just ends. Look at the narrator's getting into it. Let's go! Oh, was I supposed to... Bro, what the fuck? Mm-mm. Like I said, that entire section is just elevator music. Got it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Of course it was the bucket. Down the hole. Down the hole. Down, 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 down the hole.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea
Don't you
pigs.
dare drop the bucket.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
Yes.
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Ooh.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true
Hummingbirds.
intentions. Had
Hummingbirds.
the bucket known
I
this
like
all along?
hummingbirds.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
But it's not me
Stanley
going
and the
left.
bucket
That's my
never
stick
found
drift.
freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
That's
Of all the
hummingbirds.
possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Of course I'm happy. It's hummingbirds. I'm going back to them. No. Hummingbirds. Come back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Figure Finders Committee.
The
course I want the
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Well, yeah, it's the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the
Makes you
meeting
wonder
room.
if I do other
But
things
Stanley
with the
had felt
bucket,
the bucket
if it
calling to
counts.
him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
But there's a collectible
Stanley
there.
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Have I
He was
actually
firmly
wrote this all the
convinced
way
that the
yet?
bucket had spoken to him, and he
There's a
unthinkingly
collectible
did
there.
whatever
How do
the
I
bucket
get to
asked.
it?
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I mean, what's the difference between me and obeying the bucket and me obeying you?
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Whoa! Hold
No.
on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
No, I'm rebelling.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I
not
have
me
paused
walking right
for
now.
longer or
This isn't
spoken
me.
quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Oh no.
What is comedic
Okay
timing?
then.
What is comedic timing? How does
I
it
guess we're
work?
doing this now.
How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke
Really
or
gonna
made
make me
someone
watch this,
laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm
Yes.
Dunny with the funny" now.
I am Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they
Data?
were
Why
throughout
is
the
there an
joke
R?
is the the only way to grow or learn as a
Also,
comedian.
I can't skip
An
this. Like, we're
effective
stuck
survey
watching
should
this
be no
together. I
less
don't
than
have a
10
choice
pages
anymore.
long and should include the same question reprinted several times.
That's
Just
some
to
army
ensure the
bullshit.
survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just
only
remember to let
quadrupled
them
over in
stop
laughter.
laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, where each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence,
What is
and to very
happening?
likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives
does
to
one
this
have a man
noble
leg?
cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper
I'm
comedic
not-
timing are still as relevant today
I'm
as they
not
were back
touching the
then.
walking
So
stick
with that
currently.
in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the 2 doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
I'm still coming to the phone. No. We're gonna walk all the way over there, huh? Someone put rails on it so I
can
can't
feel
jump
it.
off.
This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of
But my
comedy, that's for
collectible
sure.
disappeared.
The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Okay, so I can't do that. That fucking lame. The doors are opening. What if I keep going back past where he says to go back to? Bro, I am not trying to walk to the left at all. This is getting kind of hilarious.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading
Oh.
up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point.
I
A
honestly thought I was
dramatic
just gonna
display of
reset my
remarkable
ass.
comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land.
Hey, wait, where'd
Not
my
the way it was meant to.
bucket sticker
And it's
of the
all
bucket
my
go?
fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video
No,
again.
please no. Please
Yes,
no.
surely that
No,
will help me
please.
improve my...
Please no.
Here we go. You
Okay.
ready?
Okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
And phone?
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Oh.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
To the right, to the right. Phone.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay,
Here
it's
we
gonna
go. You ready?
force me.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, I'll
No.
see.
You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other
Why is
joke
my door
writers.
locked?
I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
I am. But like
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... It's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley.
Did I actually beat
I heard
the
that you
game?
are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
I'll give you that.
No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Can you not watch videos, please? I don't know how I was out of body experiencing myself there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Alright, we're gonna go back to the phone again
touched
and
the
actually
bucket
answer
tightly
it
to
this
his
time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley
That'll be
had
the last
felt the
ending
bucket
attempt.
calling to him, telling
what
him
happens.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
As bad as my controller wants me to go to the door to the left, I'm
No.
not doing it.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo
Come
lift.
on. How about instead of the cargo lift, right? Get the collectible.
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines
6,
and
baby.
Figlets. What do you think, Stanley?
Stanlerines.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Nah, I like Stanlerines. Whoa. Hello? Okay, we're not answering the phone again, I guess. We're in the back rooms?
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the
Feeling of
emptiness
victory
in my
because it's a fucking
chest
awesome bucket.
when I set it down. It
Just don't set the bucket down.
make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can
Keep it forever.
monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Plus, if they get addicted to
This
it,
is
then they're
my
going to want
golden
more, and you
ticket.
can raise the price.
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that?
It's the bucket.
Who's there?
Camporata.
Did I just get the horror ending? Okay, guys, that was this episode of the Stanley Parable. We made a bucket friend. You know what? It didn't let me set the time this time in the sliders. But anyway, that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I do try to go live on Twitch at least once a week. If you join my Discord, you'll be able to see when I go live. And I would love to have you guys there to chat live. Hope you have a wonderful day, and goodbye.